Cramer was sentenced in 2014 to 3 decades in prison for kidnapping, resisting arrest, and unlawful imprisonment. His earliest release date, 2047.
And I wasn't allowed to visit him until I was 18, so from 7 to 18 I had never hugged him or saw him.
But this June, he was released. Investigators say forged court orders submitted by his daughters, including Paris Cramer, appeared to dismiss his convictions and authorize his release.
We walked straight into DOC, we handed that to them, and she was kind of confused at first, was like, is this an order? And we said, no, it is not an order, it is a writ of execution. We have it signed, resealed, and she looked it over and said, okay, yeah, I can take this.
2 days later, instead of serving 22 more years, Cramer walked out of Lewis Prison.
My sister kind of just brought him to my house on June 2nd, and he opened the door and I saw him and I fell to the floor, bawled my eyes out, and gave him the biggest hug in the world.
That joy was short-lived. 2 months later, investigators uncovered, quote, an error due to fraudulent documentation.
They're investigating us on acting as attorneys at law and practicing without a bar license.
Cramer is now back behind bars.
As soon as we found out about it, we took action. He's back in custody. I'm very happy to report that. And we're looking across the systems to see where to ensure that that doesn't happen in the future.
But the question remains, how could forged documents pass through the system, especially when 2019 records show court officials were aware of fraudulent documents being filed in Cramer's case?
I don't see it in any way how it is fraud. He's just being put back there on, basically like they're saying he hopped the fence and left, and he didn't, but he didn't. He was walked out.
And again, as we mentioned, Cramer is back in custody, but the investigation into the situation is still ongoing, with at least 4 different agencies working together to piece together how one man managed to be set free with fraudulent documents.
Yeah, his daughter speaking very frankly and openly about their position on this. Alexis, so he's back in custody. Is he facing additional charges?
No, and that's something that his daughter actually mentioned today. She told me he was essentially reprimanded for misconduct, and he was given a ticket or citation rather than getting indicted on any new charges.
All right.